Welcome back to the channel. You may have noticed I have two amplifier heads here. One being the 6505 Plus from Peavey, it's a full-size amp head. The other being the 6505 Mini head. That's right, I got my hands on one of the 6505 Mini heads and I wanted to put it to the test. I wanted to find out, can it hold its own against a full-size 6505 Plus? Let's find out. So Peavey's an extremely special amplifier brand for me. This head right here, this 6505 Plus, this was my very first tube amplifier head. Not my first amplifier, but tube-wise, this was the first one. Before that, I was rocking the Line 6 Spider 3. Very rarely do I ever mention anything about the Spider 3, and I hope you all forget I ever said anything about it. But this was my first amplifier head with tubes in it. I was at Guitar Center with my best friend who I've mentioned before. He's the gentleman that pushed me to buy the Angle Fireball 25. And if he's pushing me to get something, you know it's well worth it. This amplifier, even with wear and tear and scars and all that, this thing fucking rips. It has such a great tone. You put a tube screamer in front of that and a noise gate and you are set like forever. So as far as specs go, the Mini head has two EL84 power tubes, and it has three 12AX7 preamp tubes. The full-size 6505 Plus head has four 6L6 GC power tubes and six 12AX7 preamp tubes. As far as the tubes go, having a little bit of a difference, I suspect there's going to be a slight difference in the sound, maybe not a ton, but just a little bit. Something that really sets the Mini head aside is it has an IR loaded in the back and an XLR out that you can just go right into the DAW and go on your merry way with that. It also has a reverb knob right on the front here that you can use to your heart's content, where you will not see it on the full-size amplifier. But I just really like those two features that they added onto it. Other than that, the interface on the front is going to be pretty identical to the full size versus the Mini. So I'm going to go ahead and hook these guys up and play along with a mix. First off, I'm going to start with the 6505 Mini head, and then I'll move on over to the 6505 Plus head. So these guitar tones are completely unprocessed. There is no post-processing, no EQing, nothing. I don't even have a tube screamer in front of it or a noise gate in front of it. And I'm going to be making these settings as completely identical as I possibly can. And then after you hear it in a mix, I'm going to isolate the tones and we're going to do a A/B comparison of just the guitar by itself. So let's get into it. So that was pretty cool. There was definitely a difference, which I noticed, and I suspected there would be with the tubes. But the 6505 Plus, it had better mids and it had better body to it. The low mids were a lot thicker. The high mids gave it some good coloration. The 6505 mini head, however, it was a little bit thinner, but it still had a great punch to it. And being a little bit thinner, it's nothing you can't fix with a different setting or even some post-processing EQ. And being a 20-watt amplifier, this thing, it makes such a huge impact. It definitely has punch to it. Along with the Angle Fireball 25, it's in kind of in the same range as the lower wattage amplifiers, but they really do hold their own against the full-size amplifier heads. And as affordable as the 6505 Plus is, the 6505 mini head is even more affordable, way more affordable than even the 6505 Plus. This guy is running right now for $600. I'll say it again. It's running for $600 for a tube amplifier head. Very well worth the money. I love the new settings and just additions that they've added to it to modernize it. And I would say it's a huge impact for your money. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. As with every time, if you could smash the like button down below, that would be a huge help. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notifier so that you never miss a video of mine again. And let me know in the comments, what did you think of the different sounds that we were getting out of both amplifiers? I would love to talk to you about it and kind of bounce some ideas off of you. As always, my name is Chris with High Impact Audio, and we will see you next time.